Johnson. Adam.
Hey. Hi. That is a terrible vampire name, Jerry.
What's that? Charlie, he's gonna find me.
I'm telling you.
Fright Night director swore this scene was cut, but we found it. What does it reveal about the ending? You won't believe your eyes. The movie begins with a news report where a girl claims that a man tried to bite her. Meanwhile, a boy named Adam frantically runs toward his parents' room, only to find them lying dead, covered in blood. Terrified, Adam hides under the bed and picks up a gun. As he loads it, a creature enters the room and starts dragging his father's lifeless body. The vampire finds Adam and attacks him. In the next scene, we meet Charlie, a high school student living in Nevada. He is seen dragging his broken motorcycle home. After greeting his neighbor Doris, he enters the garage, where his mother, Jane, complains about their new neighbor who has been pouring concrete in his garage for no apparent reason. Just then, Charlie's girlfriend, Amy, arrives to pick him up for school. During class, the teacher takes attendance and several students are absent, including Charlie's best friend, Adam, the same boy from the movie's beginning. Later, Charlie is near the lockers when his childhood friend, Ed, pulls him aside and informs him that Adam is missing. Ed suggests they investigate that night, but Charlie hesitates. Since dating Amy, he has become popular, while Ed and Adam are considered outcasts. Instead of helping Ed, Charlie goes on a date with Amy. When Amy drops him home, he notices his mother flirting with their new neighbor, Jerry. Charlie and Amy decide to greet Jerry, but before they can, Charlie receives an angry message from Ed, who threatens to expose his embarrassing past if he doesn't show up. That night, Charlie and Ed sneak into Jerry's house. Ed reveals that he and Adam have been investigating Jerry for a while and are convinced he is a vampire. As proof, he points out that Jerry's windows are completely covered. Ed warns Charlie never to invite Jerry into his house, as vampires need permission to enter. Charlie finds this absurd, and the two argue about how much Charlie has changed since becoming popular. They part ways, and Ed heads home on his skateboard. Along the way, he is attacked by a school bully, Mark. While escaping, Ed jumps a fence and unknowingly enters Jerry's backyard. Panicked, he runs into an abandoned house, believing Jerry can't follow without an invitation. However, Jerry easily enters, revealing that he knows Ed has been watching him. Ed tries to escape, but ends up in Jerry's grasp. Jerry manipulates Ed and ultimately bites him, turning him into a vampire. The next morning, Charlie notices Ed is missing and visits his house. Ed's parents welcome him, but Ed is nowhere to be found. While searching Ed's room, Charlie discovers a website belonging to a vampire hunter named Peter Vincent. Along with video recordings Ed secretly took outside Jerry's house. One video shows Jerry's car door moving on its own, proving that Jerry has no reflection on camera. Shocked, Charlie finally believes Ed was telling the truth. That night, Jerry visits Charlie's house, claiming he needs a favor. He says he has a girl over, but has run out of beer. Nervously, Charlie says he has some and goes to fetch it. Jerry follows him to the door, but, as expected, cannot enter without permission. When Charlie accidentally drops a beer bottle, Jerry offers to help clean up, but Charlie refuses. After handing Jerry the beer and shutting the door, Charlie rushes upstairs. He sees a woman arriving at Jerry's house. It's their neighbor, Doris. When Jerry notices Charlie watching, Charlie pushes Amy onto the bed to avoid suspicion. Confused by his behavior, Amy leaves. Later that night, Charlie hears a woman screaming. Alarmed, he calls emergency services, but when the police arrive, Jerry convinces them that nothing is wrong. Charlie then sees Jerry drive off and seizes the opportunity to sneak into his house in search of Doris. In Jerry's office, he notices a strange symbol and takes a picture of it. Before he can investigate further, Jerry returns, forcing Charlie to hide in a closet. Inside, he discovers a secret door leading to a corridor filled with locked rooms. In one of them, he finds Doris. As he attempts to free her, Jerry enters the room. Doris signals Charlie to stay quiet as Jerry feeds on her and throws her back in the chamber. When Jerry gets distracted watching TV, Charlie finally unlocks Doris's door, and they attempt to escape. Just as they reach the front door, Jerry suddenly appears, blocking their path. However, he only grabs an apple and returns to the living room. Taking advantage of this, Charlie helps Doris outside, but as soon as she steps into the sunlight, she burns to ash, proving she had already turned into a vampire. Traumatized, Charlie warns his mother never to invite Jerry inside. Leaving Jane confused, determined to learn more, Charlie researches Peter Vincent, who hosts a vampire-themed theater show. Pretending to be a reporter, Charlie meets him and asks how to kill a vampire, also showing him the symbol from Jerry's house. However, Peter dismisses him as crazy and throws him out. That night, Jerry arrives at Charlie's house and demands that Jane hand over her son, accusing Charlie of trespassing. Jane, shocked but trusting Charlie, threatens Jerry and tries to send him away. Angered, Jerry digs up a gas pipe in their backyard and ignites it, causing an explosion. Realizing the danger, Jane, Charlie, and Amy escape in their car. Jerry chases them, lifting and throwing Charlie's motorcycle at their car, scaring Amy. As they drive away, Jerry crashes his own car into theirs, blocking the road. Charlie yells for Jane to keep driving, but Jerry clings onto the underside of the car and begins breaking through the floor. Jane panics and crashes into another vehicle. The driver angrily steps out, but Jerry, now in his vampire form, lifts the car and feeds on him. Charlie grabs a cross to protect himself and tells Amy and Jane to run. He approaches Jerry, who has reverted to his human form, but to his horror, the cross has no effect. Jerry simply burns it with his hand and mocks how humans often miss the heart when staking a vampire. Suddenly, Jane stabs Jerry in the chest with a broken traffic sign, causing him immense pain. However, she then faints from shock. Charlie and Amy carry her into the driver's car and escape. To ensure Jerry doesn't follow, Charlie crashes their own car onto him. They flee, but Jerry's body quickly begins to heal at the hospital. Police question Charlie, but he says nothing, knowing they wouldn't believe him. Meanwhile, Peter Vincent examines the symbol Charlie showed him and realizes Charlie was telling the truth. He calls Charlie and invites him over. When Charlie and Amy arrive, Peter explains that the symbol belongs to an ancient vampire species from the Mediterranean. These vampires don't just kill their victims. They keep them alive for days to turn them into vampires. He warns that killing Jerry won't be easy. It would take an entire army. Suddenly, Peter receives a delivery. His girlfriend opens the door, but it's a trap. The delivery man turns into a vampire. It's Ed. Peter panics and runs, locking the security door behind him, severing Ed's arm in the process. Meanwhile, Charlie and Amy discover Peter's girlfriend's dead body. Their escape route is blocked, so they hide behind a shelf. Ed finds them, but they push the shelf onto him. Charlie grabs a nearby blade and tells Amy to find a safe place. Ed overpowers Charlie, choking him, but Charlie fights back, grabbing an axe. They face off, and Charlie strikes Ed, severely injuring him. As this happens, Jerry arrives. Amy attempts to shoot him with silver bullets, but they only cause minor injuries since they work on werewolves, not vampires. Desperate, she throws holy water at Jerry, briefly incapacitating him. Ed, still alive, lunges at Charlie, trying to bite him. Amy intervenes and stabs Ed with a stake. When Ed tries to rise again, Charlie has no choice but to drive the stake into his heart. Ed briefly reverts to his human form and tells Charlie that everything will be okay before dying. Still confused about the ending? Don't worry, even the actors were. Let's argue about it below, and hit subscribe for more chaos. Thanks for watching.